For this tutorial, this is what we are trying to achieve. We're going to create a product mockup design. Mockup yarn? So the first step we're going to do is, we're first going to create the product package design. Let's create a document with the dimensions of 1920 by 1080 with a resolution of 72. Now that you've created your canvas, you need to insert any image background of your product. Take note, your image background must be high definition. These are HD images I downloaded from freepik.com. For now, I'm using this for my cosmetics mockup design. Next step, using any brush tool, sketch your design. Remember, your sketch is only a draft of your initial design or idea. It can still be improved, modified, or changed. For this one, I inserted a brand new layer and I lowered the opacity of my image background. That way I could see what I'm drawing in my sketch layer. Using the marquee tool, I used a pink solid fill and applied a grain overlay to it by adding a new layer and applying the noise filter. I also changed the blending mode from normal to overlay. In this part you can be as creative as you want. You don't have to copy what I did. You can use other tools as well in making your product package design. Using the marquee tool, I used a pink solid fill and applied a grain overlay to it by adding a new layer and applying the noise filter. I also changed the blending mode from normal to overlay. For the product name, I used the type tool. I also adjusted the spacing of the text. To do this, enable your character window. Here you can adjust the kerning, tracking, and style your text. Once you're done with your product design, it's now time to overlay this to our product mockup file. For this part, we need to open our white box file in Photoshop. We are going to overlay our product design into this mockup file we have. It would be better to save your product package design into an image file. Once you have opened both files, insert your product package design over your white box file in Photoshop. After this, we're going to overlay this, like it was done in a 3D software application. While holding Control on your keyboard, click on the layer thumbnail of your product package design. When these running lines appear, click Ctrl X to cut this layer. Your product design should disappear. Now we're going to use the vanishing points technique. On your menu bar, look for Filter. A window should appear. And look for vanishing points. After clicking on that, a window should appear with your all visible layers. Your cursor should also change from the usual one to something like this square. Start creating a rectangle or plane on the topmost layer of your mockup. This will allow you to create an area wherein your product design should only appear. We also need to do this to the other sides as well. To do this, hold Ctrl on your keyboard while dragging the middle transform tool down to the edge. Repeat this process to the other. Now that you've already finished creating your vanishing points, click Ctrl V to paste your product package design. Once you're finished with transforming your product design, click Enter. After clicking Enter, you will see your usual workspace. And over your product mockup, a new layer containing your product design should appear. To make it more realistic, just change the blending mode from normal to multiply. You are already done. Take a screenshot of your work and paste it on your activity file before submitting it to Sir Kenmar.